Thanks again for joining us. I am Perpetua Fasamipita. Abia State People's Democratic Party governorship candidate Professor Uche-Ikonne is dead. This was announced in a statement by his son, Dr. Chikezie Uche-Ikonne. The statement said Professor Eleazar Uchenna Ikonne, who died at the National Hospital Abuja today, died after a brief illness. More of this in our subsequent bulletin. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo today presided over Federal Executive Council meeting. The meeting, which began at 10 a.m., is held at the Council Chambers of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Present are the Secretary to Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folasha Adeyemi Eson, and the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari. It is the second FEC meeting in a row after that the President is absent from. Lagos now officially has a state-operated rail system with the commissioning of the Blue Line mass transit by President Muhammadu Buhari. The inaugural ride on the train was performed by the President in company of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his deputy Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, and other invited dignitaries. The electric-powered train made a round trip between the iconic Marina Station and National Theatre, enthralling crowds of citizens along the corridor. Residents watched in excitement as Lagos recorded yet another history in infrastructure delivery. The completed track, spanning 13 kilometers in the first phase, extend from Mile 2 to Marina, covering 5 stations. Lagos Metropolitan Transport Authority constructed the rail infrastructure, which will transport 250,000 passengers daily. At the event, President Buhari supervised the signing of contract by Governor Sanwo-Olu for the commencement of the project's second phase, which will cover 14-kilometer stretch from Mile 2 to Okukumaiko. Earlier, the President inaugurated John Roundu Center for Yoruba Culture and History, a museum built by the Lagos State government to promote cultural renaissance. The museum is sited in Onikon, an artistic neighborhood steeped in the rich history of Lagos. A civil society organization, Yaga Africa, has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission and the National Universities Commission to bar universities from scheduling examinations during the election period. According to data from INEC, over 26 million registered voters in the country's voter register are students. Though the Commission did not give a breakdown of the registered students according to the types of tertiary institutions, Yaga noted that the intervention of INEC and the NUC will enable more students to exercise their rights to vote. There have been calls for the intervention of the federal government as regards the academic calendars of some universities concerning the 2023 elections. The political experience, character, and track record of former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar are distinguishing factors which positions the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party ahead of other contenders. Wife of the former Vice President, Hajia Amina Titi Abubakar, stated this in Ibadan during the course of the Southwest Zonal Town Hall meeting with female delegates of the party. Alhaji Abubakar used the occasion to charge women to ensure they collect their permanent voter cards and vote en masse for the PDP presidential candidate. Leaders of the PDP say the essence of the town hall meeting is to showcase the leadership potentials of women and why they should be more proactive ahead of the general election. Speakers called for more women participation in politics, while also harping on the need for women to collect their permanent voter cards and vote en masse for the PDP presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Wife of Nigeria's former Vice President, Hajia Amina Titi Abubakar, described her husband as the most qualified, who, according to her, possesses the acuity to turn around the fortunes of Nigeria for good.
Today, we are having our zonal night, or zonal town hall meeting we call it. And I believe the 6 states that make up the Southwest, you are all present here. February is the D-Day. Now you are going to the polling booth, and I tell you, when after you have done your registration, if you want to go and complete, don't use your tongue to was used to convince
of the Southwest to come together in their numbers so we can talk and decide on how to handle the next elections. Whether you like it or not, it is only the PDP that has been there and life has been very meaningful.
I told the women to please go and get their PVC for those that haven't gotten their PVC, because without PVC, there's nothing we can do. If we want our father, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Okowa, to come in as the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come February 25th, 2023. All we need is to get our PVC and go out that day to vote and protect our vote.
Why should they vote for PDP? They should do that because PDP is the party that appreciates women. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has promised that he is going to give women at least 35% in his administration, in appointments. He's going to give us a real seat at the table of power. And he's given us a Women Campaign Council for the first time so that we can go and not be under the men, but have our own independent campaign council and campaign organization.
Organizers of this event want women to open their doors to progress by creating a platform to make their voices heard. To achieve this, effective participation in next month's election is the way to go. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has promised to make Abia State a major exporter of manufactured goods if elected. Tinubu said this while addressing a mammoth crowd at the party's presidential rally at the Umuahia Township Stadium. The former Lagos State Governor commended Abians for their work rate and promised to create a conducive environment that will enable them thrive in whatever they choose to do. Zamfara State Anti-Thuggery Committee has arrested 14 suspects, including 2 underage children, for different offenses. Chairman of the committee, Muhammad Bello Bakasua, who paraded the suspects before newsmen at the committee's office in Gusau, said some of the suspects allegedly specialized in phone snatching, while others were arrested for committing different criminal offenses. Bello Bakasua had also invited the Ulama Consultative Council, where members have had some words of counseling to the suspected youths with the hope of changing for better. Special advisor to the governor on Umala Consultative Council, Malam Jamilu Ahmad Gusau, enjoined parents and guardians to always monitor their wards for proper upbringing. Dr. Atiku Balarabe Zawiya, who described the work of the committee as laudable, called for collaboration and support from all and sundry towards achieving the desired objectives.
Different offenses, there were phone snatching, robbery, and other criminal-related offenses. Some of our youth has become something else, and we have arrested them. That is why we call Council of Oloma, to give them some sense of belonging by using a prospective way of preaching and other means of bringing them back to positive life.
We'll bring you details of that report in our subsequent bulletin. At the Ikeja Domestic Violence and Sexual Offences Court, Lagos State, presided over by Justice Abiola Soladoye, has sentenced an Islamic teacher, Adam Farouk, to life imprisonment for defiling 8 pupils in his class. Farouk defiled the pupils, who were between the ages of 6 and 11, between November 2018 to February 2019 on Balogun Street, Park View Estate, Ikoyi, Lagos. The convict was arraigned on 8 counts of sexual assault preferred against him by the Lagos State government. While delivering judgment, Justice Soladoye stated that the prosecution proved beyond reasonable doubt the ingredients of the 8 counts bordering on sexual assault by penetration. Soladoye described the convict as morally corrupt and an embarrassment to the Islamic faith. The judge held that the testimony of the survivors was consistent and truthful, adding that their demeanor during trial showed that they were not lying. She said the evidence of the pupils was corroborated as they identified the convict as their teacher who penetrated their private parts with his index fingers.